For the latest film interviews, reviews, and everything making news in pop culture, subscribe to Film Companion now.
Hey guys, welcome to Spill the Tea. This is the Dilli wala version of what I did earlier this month with the South Indian content creators. So this is kind of like a face-off between the two with no rivalry, I'm sure. So welcome.
Okay, thank God it's not a face-off.
Thank you. I just feel like there's just so much culture in the whole Dilli wala vibe that you guys have mined that I felt like there was definitely a conversation to be had over here. But first things first, I'm going to ask each of you, how would you tell someone you're from Delhi if you could use just one word?
Oh, interesting.
I can tell you what a Delhi person will say to a Bombay person to know that they're from Delhi.
Bata?
Sorry, but this is not cold. This is not winters.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
most
true,
cliche
that's
thing that they will say.
Done.
I'll say ओइच. वैसे असली में मेरी हिम्मत नहीं होती है बोलने की. ये मैं सिर्फ इस वीडियो के लिए बोल रहा हूँ. असली में मेरी हिम्मत नहीं होती है किसी को ओइच करने की.
Karan?
I think momos, because I think that just describes Delhi in one word.
मिलते भी नहीं है ना.
Love it. Saloni, do you have an addition or you have disowned for now?
मैं दिल्ली से की नहीं हूँ. मैं 3 साल रही थी बस कॉलेज के लिए और उसमें भी मैं हर हफ्ते घर भाग जाती थी. तो मैं कहीं की नहीं हूँ यार.
But you know, each of you guys in some capacity has mined the Dilli wali auntie to create, you know, such interesting content. I want to know from all of you, how would you describe the Dilli wali auntie? Who is she?
She's the reason I take therapy. She's years and years of trauma. I would say that. And I think the reason कि मैं अपने adult years में therapy ले रही हूँ is because I had somewhere internalized everything. Not only just aunties, uncles and all your rishtedar like say to you. But I feel like it's only when you grow older do you realize that they're also victims of this entire system, which is like shaming younger people or shaming kids to really put across your point, like victims of patriarchy. So I feel now I'm like more sensitized towards them, but like jab I was in college, I was very angry at them. So and I think most of them knew कि मुझे उनसे बहुत खुंदक है, because I remember this one time this auntie told me, अरे बेटा बड़े मोटे हो गए ना, healthy हो गए हो. And I said, auntie आप भी बहुत बुरे हो गए हो, like it's only time. So like I have responded in that manner too. So yeah.
मेरे पड़ोस में एक आंटी रहती थी जो बेसिकली अब मेरा कैरेक्टर भी है वही पड़ोस वाली आंटी. तो उनका क्या था कि उनके 2 घर थे मेरी ही गली में. एक इस कॉर्नर पे था, एक दूसरा इस कॉर्नर पे था. मतलब एंड टू एंड था. तो अगर आप इधर से निकल कर जा रहे हो उधर तक तो वो बीच में बैठी ही रहती थी कहीं ना कहीं पर ये जानने के लिए कि कौन बंदा किधर जा रहा है. और अगर आप बैग लेकर आ रहे हो तो आपके बैग में क्या है, उनको सब जानना होता. तो वो वहीं पकड़ लेती थी कि अरे मेरी मम्मी को हमेशा ये होता था कि अरे पैर तो छू लो. और कहाँ से आ रहे हो, तो मतलब उनको पूरा जानना होता है कि किसकी लड़ाई हो रही है, किसके घर में क्या हो रहा है, सब पता होता था A to Z उनको. तो मेरे लिए तो वही है कि वो प्रॉपर पंचायती आंटी.
Karan,
Yeah, so I think she is the reason why we do not want to go on family gatherings and functions, because I mean despite getting free food and the opportunity to meet some cousins and dance, but like other than that it's just very toxic and scary कि भाई अरे ये भी मिलेंगे, अभी ये बोलेंगे, अरे ये तुम ऐसे हो गए हो, तुम वैसे हो गए हो. Like I remember one time this woman once told me when I was in my graduation, she's like आगे का क्या plan है बेटा आपका? So I told her, आंटी मेरा fashion design का बन रहा है. अच्छा, फिर भी ऐसे कपड़े पहनते हो? I was like,
Beautiful.
क्या बोलूं आपको? मतलब I think that was the epitome of what a Delhi auntie can be.
बट करण
I
सही
think-
कंटेंट मिल गया.
Roast
बिल्कुल,
culture.
अब तो मैं जाने के लिए आतुर रहता हूँ, so that you know, Instagram के लिए सह लेंगे थोड़ा.
I think Delhi aunties have this beautiful quality of being obnoxious but still doing it with so much conviction
Yeah.
that you give in. Like if you go in the metros, they'll be like, हाँ just हो जाएगा, इतनी सी जगह हाँ हो जाएगा, and they'll just like before you even respond, they will adjust themselves and somehow it'll happen. And then you'll only be sitting on one of your hips. And then eventually like हाँ हो तो गया, आप तो adjust हो गए, मैं उठ जाता हूँ. So like that's my experience. Like metro, the whole life I've traveled in the metro, and this is what I've observed. हाँ हो जाएंगे adjust, and they won't even make eye contact. They'll be like हाँ हो जाएंगे, and they'll just sit.
No, but you know, clearly there's this Dilli wali auntie that unifies all of you. And yet, Ankush, for instance, you have, you know, you have the East Delhi vibe spot on. Karan, there's West Delhi for you. You girls are South Delhi. Nazma Api was born at the start of the Delhi rise. How does one geography have so many different content niches in it? Like, how have you guys each found this for yourself to mine? What differentiates each of these aunties?
Oh, an East Delhi auntie. I don't know. Like I think an East Delhi auntie will be as obnoxious as any other auntie, but she'd probably be pettier.
West Delhi is loud, like downright loud. It's something you just cannot ignore, even if you like try to.
So you've stopped trying and now you just mine it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think at the core, they're all pretty much like very similar, and also like I mean, if you wanna like stereotype them, then yeah, they're different in different ways. But I mean, aunties are aunties.
yeah, I mean that's the point, right? Delhi is like the meltdown point for all the communities and cultures, and everybody's just living together. It's a shared experience. सबने same serials देखे हैं, सबने सबके मोहल्लों में same लड़ाइयाँ होती हैं. So everybody just lives for the same gossip.
See what Karan also said, like just adding to that, that Delhi is a place where a lot of people come for their careers. They come to sort of build their lives from you know, smaller towns or towns that might not have as much you know, exposure. So I feel Delhi, Bombay, these are the cities where you'll find anyway people from so many different cultures, like
Yeah.
Molly from Nainital. So I don't even know, like when she came to Delhi, what was her first reaction to the audacity that Delhi is, you know, the just the guts that Delhi has, you know. So being in Delhi, even I am sometimes really taken aback by just how people have zero you know, fucks to give. So I don't know, like a person who comes from outside of Delhi, I don't know what they're for. Like I don't know, Dolly would be able to give like a better perspective on the fact that how do people even respond to this just you know, just this brash behavior that, and it is brash. Delhi is brash, and Delhi is extremely it's mad chaotic, and people have no chill. अभी मैं दिल्ली से फ्लाइट ले रही थी, मैंने एक अंकल को बोला, अंकल मुझे जाने दो, मेरी फ्लाइट डिले हो रही है. उन्होंने बोला पूछो तो सही पहले, परमिशन तो लो. मैंने कहा अंकल मैं परमिशन मैं ले रही हूँ, मैं ले रही हूँ. अरे गुंडागर्दी चल रही है क्या? क्या को नहीं लोगे तुम, फ्लाइट ही नहीं लोगे, हट जाओ. So you know, this is normal Delhi for me, but I don't know, like I don't know what Dolly would think about. Like, I don't know what the
Tell us what it was like for you when you first got a sense of the Delhi. I don't even know what to call it. It's a vibe.
Yeah, I mean, that way it's a lot of things. It's literally everything. Everything changed. Like I've come from a small town. To me, even just a simple fact कि इस मेरे पीजी के लिए ये वाला रास्ता भी जाता है और इधर से भी गली निकलती है और उधर से भी शॉर्टकट है. For me, even that was like a big deal to have, because I am coming from a place where we have one, you know, road around the lake. So it's like, oh my god, the geography, like you're saying, is in itself was like a big deal. Then obviously you know, there's a PG wale uncle जो अपने underwear में घूमते रहते हैं, and he gives no fucks about, you know, the girls in the PG. Or there is an auntie who is all about the rent. उनको किसी से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि इसकी लाइफ में क्या परेशानी चल रही है. So you know, like these kind of personalities you meet, and you're just like, oh god. Then there is like a DTC bus which you have to run and catch, and I have cried my eyes out like some days just trying to catch the bus in the morning because I didn't have money to get an auto. So you know, like these small changes, like if you ask me, like my world changed. So I can go on and on about the changes, but I feel like overall the vibe of Delhi was so hard to get, like, take in instantly, and I've taken at least 3 years to come to terms that this is how it is and you have to adapt yourself. This city is not going to change for you. So I think I've got to that point where I can handle it now.
No, but honestly, now that as you get more Delhi and you have the rest of you have grown up imbibing so much of Delhi, now that you speak to people that are not necessarily just from Delhi, they could be from literally anywhere in the world, are you more conscious of the kind of phrases or the kind of experiences you use so as to not alienate the audience that you're now tapped?
I don't know. I feel that I've always lived here. I was born and raised in Delhi. So for me, it was never a shock. For me, this is how I've always been. So it is only when I interact with people who don't live in Delhi where I realize, oh, this is very Delhi. Because while talking to Delhiites, I don't know, you know, हर एक region का sentence को structure करने का तरीका भी कभी-कभी अलग होता है. So the way I would crack a joke versus say someone from Mumbai would crack the same joke would be different. You know, their twang will be different. The way they structure the sentence will be different. So I only get to realize this when someone tells me, "Oh, this was very Delhi." And I'm like, "What about this was Delhi?" Because this is how I've always talked. So मुझे वो distinction समझ नहीं आता है. This one time I tried making a video on Mumbai curse and I put on a Mumbai accent. And then I was so bad. It was so bad. People in the comments were like, "You're trying to imitate Mumbai people, but you sound Hyderabadi." I never attempted it again. I was like, दिल्ली का ठीक हूँ मैं. हर audience को जबरदस्ती जाके tap करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
True. True. And what you said about your friends saying you're so Delhi, I often want to know because I catch myself using that phrase as well. So, what does it usually mean when your non Delhi friends say, "Oh my God, you're so Delhi"?
It's mostly
It's most
Not a compliment generally.
mostly being late. It's mostly, I feel like, a backhand.
Being late, fashion, having too much, like wearing like too
Loud.
much at one time.
Yeah, being
like
extra basically.
loud makeup or outfit.
Or if you're too dressed up, that comes from Mumbai
Yeah.
people. Like, you're so
Like-
Delhi. Like,
Yeah, why
you
it's
wear
so
this.
extra in weddings? And oh my God, your blazer
Yeah.
has some embellishments, and this is so not us.
Like if you look at the South Indian creator episode, there is energy. Here we're so laid back. We're taking our time to answer, and all of us are feeling cold also. So there is that general air of just alas, which is like a very Delhi thing. That like it's pervasive, this alasness. So also Delhi has a lot of cultural sects also. There are refugee colonies. There is an area that is populated by Bengalis, or there will be an area that people who came after partition, they came here. So you have so many smaller sects that you can tap on. Like
Is she saying sets?
sects, SECT.
Okay. I was just thinking, how is okay?
Yeah, like there you have your little areas, and
And then we have Ankush.
we have Ankush Delhi content.
And himself.
अंकुश ने पहली बार दल्लूपुरा बोला था अपने कंटेंट में, तो my mother could tell what it was because she knew of that area and she was like, अरे ये वाला area बोल रहा है. So you can still, I mean, we did South Delhi girls for whatever reasons we did, which is another topic, but there are so many other people that you can tap, like how when Karan started making his content, I felt like it really touched my West Delhi soul because that's where like I am from. And when Ankush does this when he used to do Dallupura content, I know a lot of Delhi people who would, and then Saloni did that DU Wali Didi content. That was that DU activism is a whole different universe. It's a whole different ecosystem, and it's self-sustaining. So there is so much you can still tap. You could make as much Delhi content and there could still be something that you left.
Yeah.
Now that the energy is picking up as well, do you think it's a good time to have each of you get into your characters and have like a little conversation? Hoga wo?
Allowed me unko characters karna.
Oh,
I have to talk to my manager.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do those characters. I think, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, but
This is very Delhi, this hesitation and this thing is very Delhi. I can't.
This is not very Delhi. This is very
This
legal.
is not hesitation.
This is very like lawsuit will happen.
Yeah.
Not there yet.
But no, I can talk like Billy whenever you want me to. Billy doesn't give up.
अब पंकज तो वैसे भी किसी की जजमेंटिंग्स का फक नहीं देता क्योंकि लोग जितने भी क्लासी बनते हैं ना घर जाके वो मैगी प्लेट से चाट के खाते हैं.
Billy.
पता है स्नेहा जब भी किसी कॉमिक क्रिएटर को बोलते हैं ना कि कुछ करके दिखाओ, आई एम नॉट इवन किडिंग, इट्स द इक्विवेलेंट ऑफ parents telling their kids ki naach ke dikhao.
Yeah.
I can say this for every comic creator. उस moment उनका ना दिमाग freeze हो जाता है. Like they can't like कुछ
That's true.
कोई gags नहीं आते, कुछ भी नहीं आता उस moment.
मैं
कुछ भी नहीं
तो
होता।
As well rephrase my question and say, "Beta, zara naach ke dikhao."
ट्राइपॉड हटाना पड़ेगा यहाँ से।
You know, all of us are talking about this right now. We're doing each of our characters and all of that. But as the views pile up and you know you're reaching more people, are you more cautious about what you say because you're representative of a culture, or do you just
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say this. One time something happened. So initially I had started with this one series on a particular show which I was doing in Punjabi. Now, being from a family where all my grandparents speak in Punjabi since the beginning of time, we have heard some phrases that, you know, are very normal, very general. In whatever we say, they're very harmless. But a certain word came out in a way that somebody felt that it was racist. The phrase Kala Chor in Punjabi means somebody who steals in the dark. But somebody who's not very Delhi or very Punjabi will not understand that. And somebody said,
Yeah.
"No, don't you think it's very racist of you to say that?" And I had to explain it to them. But then I took down the video and I removed that phrase and then reposted that same night. So that's why I thought that, you know, I mean, it's okay if I have to even take down my content because I don't want any long-term problems. And I mean, obviously there's a lot of things on the internet that are not right and I don't want to be a part of that. But like future mein aisa kuch na ho, so I have to be a little more cautious of that.
What about the rest of you?
मैं तो अपने वीडियोस ट्विटर पर भी डालती हूँ तो मैं तो हमेशा ही 2 बार चेक कर लेती हूँ कि कहीं मैं बॉयकॉट ना हो जाऊँ आज।
But you have to be careful about what you're saying now that, I mean, it's not a hobby anymore, na?
या आई डू दैट। आई मीन एक तो ये है कि मैं गाली वाली तो शुरू से ही नहीं देती थी क्योंकि मुझे आती ही नहीं, मैं देती ही नहीं थी, तो वो एक चीज तो पहले ही कट हो गई कि कोई इस बात पर तो मुझे कभी काउंटर कर ही नहीं सकता कि व्हाट इज दिस फाउल लैंग्वेज यू आर यूजिंग या कुछ भी वैसा। बस मैं यही देख लेती हूँ कि जैसे अगर कभी कभी मेरे वीडियोस मतलब हमेशा ही ज्यादातर कुछ भी पॉलिटिकल चीज उसमें आ गई तो अब वो हमेशा आ ही जाता है ना कि आप, क्योंकि एक ये इंस्टाग्राम और ट्विटर पर एक बहुत बड़ी चीज है कि यू जंप ऑन टू कंक्लूजन। आप अचानक से ही कुछ आया तो आप फटाफट ही कुछ बोल दोगे और आपको बाकी चीजें पता भी नहीं है। तो वो चीज मैंने खुद को रख लिया है क्योंकि एक बार स्टार्टिंग में मैंने भी ऐसा ही किया था कि मैंने फटाफट से बना दिया था और उसके बाद में जाके पता चला था कि नहीं ऐसा तो हुआ ही नहीं कुछ भी वैसा। तो अब मैं ट्राई करती हूँ कि मैं पहले सब सुन लूँ उसके बाद मैं चीजों के ऊपर बनाऊं। तो मतलब मैं अब ये नहीं करती हूँ कि जो पहली चीज सुनी बस वही देखकर करती हूँ। तो इन चीजों पर बहुत ध्यान रखना पड़ता है।
Fair enough.
Yeah, definitely like super like less impulsive and more nuanced. ये तो I feel with time creators को समझना पड़ता है. Also, if you have profited off a certain culture, for example Punjabi culture, and if there is something which if at any point there is some sort of misrepresentation, so people remind you that you can't just co-opt a culture and not defend it at the same time when it needs saving. So there is a lot of I feel like morality reminders that come from your followers also. पर मैं तो अब hyper vigilant हूँ life में, which is something I'm working on. Wherein कि जब मैं Instagram पे नहीं भी होती और मैं 10-12 friends के साथ बैठी हूँ और वो कोई एक slur बोल दे जो उनको बेचारों को पता नहीं है casteist slur है, पर like I don't want to say the word बेचारा, but they don't know that it's a casteist slur, and मैं एकदम से you can't say this, you're going to get cancelled, you're going to get called out, and they're like, Kushal, there is no one here, it's just a 12, we're in a room. So this you become hyper vigilant because you are now somehow your guards and your mechanism is trained to instantly respond to stuff like this. There was a time when I used a casteist slur, which was the word, I don't want to name the word because it's not nice. So immediately I got a text saying that don't use this word. So I put out a story apologizing that I operated from a place of misinformation and I would like to correct it. So even if you have made a mistake, there are ways you can correct it, which is like instantly figure out, read up on it and correct whatever you have to do. But yes, I'm hyper vigilant all the time. Like there was a time when somebody asked me for a selfie recently without the mask and I was like, are you mad?
Oh God, yes.
This is just out. This is out of syllabus.
I think what Kusha is saying, I absolutely agree. Even I have learned to be like as a subconsciously hyper vigilant. कि अगर मैं script लिख भी रहा हूँ, I'll like keep thinking, is this word problem? Because what happens is when you grow up, I also feel on the internet people are learning newer things every day. There are newer conversations every day, and certain conversations you're not aware of. You're just like, it's just that sometimes it's ignorance and sometimes it's misinformation and sometimes you're just not which is ignorance. Wow. So you just don't know what you're doing wrong.
Ankush is
And-
hyper vigilant right now.
yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I am hyper vigilant right now कि मैं कुछ गलत ना बोल दूं. But exactly, this is how it is, that if the word is going to go out everywhere, there are people who are more aware than you on the internet, and they are going to call you out. And I feel that, yeah, you just have to be careful. You just have to be ready with like कि अभी कोई भी आ सकता है, कोई भी कुछ बोल सकता है, and then you just have to like remove the unnecessary hate from the actual criticism, because that's how you, I guess, learn. And even as content creators, I mean, this is something that I've learned from Kusha Dolly only, more than anyone else. That, I mean, when you're putting content out, I mean, why would you want to put problematic content out? There are so many more ways that you can create comedy. There are so many more ways you can create valuable content that makes people laugh. So I think it's a process of constantly learning, and and getting called out, learning, then making a new mistake, getting called out again, and then learning. But yeah, I just think sometimes people forget that जो चीजें पे वो लोग तुम्हें कॉल आउट कर रहे हैं वो उन्होंने भी 2 दिन पहले ही सीखी हैं. So I'm not saying that it justifies me doing that, but I just feel that the whole cancel culture gets extremely toxic sometimes. People forget कि मतलब तुमने भी 2 दिन पहले ही तुम्हें पता चली ये conversation. This conversation is very new. So like we're also learning, right? हमें भी स्कूल में नहीं सिखाया था ये सब.
हाँ, इट बिकम्स वेरी खून भरी मांग, क्योंकि ना आप इतना कैंसिल हो जाते हो, फिर आप सोचते हो अब इसके साथ कुछ होगा ना मैं भी याद रखूंगी या रखूंगा, यू नो.
नहीं ऐसे नहीं सोचते.
You don't like that, but I'm sure people who get very excessively cancelled, I'm sure somewhere they have that grudge. Like there is no place for that constructive development that could happen possibly from this conversation. I feel like discourse is very important in that sense.
Kusha's made me hyper vigilant as well. And before the comment section explodes, I want to put it out there that I did try to get Bhuvan Bam on this chat as well, guys. Just saying, he deserves to also be here.
Right.
But he's shooting. So unfortunately, probably not. But you know, when I spoke to you last, Saloni, right in the middle of the lockdown, and I asked you what fame feels like, because suddenly everyone was talking about Saloni Gaur, and you said, I have no idea because I have been in lockdown since. But a lot has changed since then. You have your own show. Kusha, Dolly, you guys are on Netflix as well. What has the pandemic done for creators like you?
Quite well. For me, obviously quite well. I mean, मैं इसे डिनाई नहीं कर सकती और मैं बोल दूंगी. और अब ऐसा भी होगा कि यार लोग बोलेंगे कि हाँ ठीक है, बट वही है ना कि यार इसके लिए मेहनत तो की है काफी टाइम से. अब हुआ वो अलग चीज है. लॉकडाउन में लोग ज्यादातर ऑनलाइन कंटेंट कंज्यूम कर ही रहे थे. जो लोग 50 के पर थे उनके भी 500 के हुए, मेरे साथ ही. मतलब वही मेरा भी यही हुआ ना, लोगों ने लॉकडाउन में ज्यादा देखना शुरू करा. बट वही है कि मैंने उसके लिए मेहनत की थी. मैं हर दिन सुबह उठ के, मेरा काम ही यही था, हर दिन सुबह उठो, वीडियो बनाओ, 2-3 क्लासेस अटेंड करो, बस सो जाओ. यही कर रही थी मैं पूरे लॉकडाउन. एंड फाइनली अब मुझे यहाँ आकर थोड़ा लगता है कि हाँ फेम मिल रहा है कि अब मैं अपने शूट पर जाती हूँ तो लोग बाहर से कभी, मतलब जैसे अगर कोई लाइटमैन है तो वो अपना किसी फ्रेंड को लेकर आता है, किसी वो सलोनी है, तो वो देखकर अब थोड़ा लगता है कि हाँ. एक दिन मैं मॉल में जा रही थी तो लोग मुझे मास्क में पहचान गए थे. एक बार मुझे फ्री हेयर कट मिल गया था. अब लग रहा है कि हाँ थोड़ी इन्फ्लुएंसर लाइफ चल रही है.
I'm just extremely grateful that, you know, I can say that I survived the pandemic, you know, in a more healthier way than anyone else did, probably. Like, you know, I saw a lot of my friends lose their jobs or like just go through a very hard time. Even my boyfriend who I live with, I could see that his work had completely stopped. So to be aware of that, to acknowledge that you are definitely at a much higher position right now where a lot of people are suffering, I think that itself was like enough pressure and responsibility in a good way that you need to continue doing what you're doing. Because we would get messages like, oh, you know, thank you for the videos because they are, you know, the source of entertainment we have right now. Thank you for making us laugh. These days we're feeling sad, and you know, these kind of things. So I think it was like a beautiful like response we were getting from the audience as well, which was really fulfilling.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm also in a hopeless time. Well done.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with everything Dolly said, and I'm just glad कि ना उस टाइम पे ना Instagram का aesthetic चला गया था. आप बर्तन धो धो के content बना रहे थे, आप कपड़े धो धो के. आप झाड़ू मारते हुए कंटेंट बना रहे थे, आप मेकअप मैटर नहीं करता था, कपड़े पजामे बॉक्सर्स चड्डी में लोगों ने कैसे भी कंटेंट बनाया है। लोगों ने एक्चुअली आई हैव एक्चुअली सीन कंटेंट जहाँ पे लोगों ने टॉयलेट में बैठ के कंटेंट बनाया है। सो all kinds of content was acceptable. So if you had that kind of an opportunity extended to you, why not make the most of it, right? Like absolutely, like, and that's what I think most creators did. They made the most of it.
But you know, all of you also share like a really fun friendship. Like, I mean, just the Delhi creators, in a sense, we see pictures of you, I mean, videos of you hyping each other, swiping up for each other, partying with each other. What is that friendship like? Do you guys even use each other as sounding boards for one-liners? Like, how does that friendship in the content creator world work?
कुशा पूछती है, सजेशंस करती वही है जो उसे करना होता है। कैप्शन बता दे। अब तो कम करती है, पहले बहुत ज्यादा करती है। कैप्शन बता दे, बताओ इसको 3-4 ऑप्शन नहीं, then she'll just do something else only.
I would just ask to make sure that mine was the best, and they would always, their suggestions always like really reassure me about my caption.
You would go with yours.
I would like to tell you कि हम पार्टी एक ही बार करते हैं, पिक्चर्स उसकी बार-बार शेयर करते हैं to make it look like कि हमने बहुत बार पार्टी करी है। दिन के I think 1 या 2 बार ही पार्टी करते होंगे।
It's also very important to have creator friends because ये वाले struggles ना तुम्हारे बाकी दोस्त को नहीं समझ आते कि तुमको कैसे कल के वीडियो में तो 2 लाख आए थे, आज के वीडियो में 1 लाख व्यूज कैसे आए हैं। Like your other friends are not going to understand these struggles and you know the anxiety that creeps in because of this whole profession. I think you need people from your profession to like ground you and you know you can take advice from them. I've eaten their heads whenever I've needed advice and I still do that. Like these are the people that I go to when I have to like ask something कि मैं ये डालूं ये नहीं डालूं, अच्छा आज तो ये हो गया, आज तो you know मैं आगे नहीं बोल रहा but yeah.
No, but you're right. You know, Kusha, when we spoke last as well, we spoke about the biggest myth associated with your job because let's be honest, to the rest of us, Saloni, y'all are all just living the influencer life. Like it's one big party after the other. So what are these challenges really that you...
वो वाला नहीं है केस, पार्टी वाला नहीं है मेरा। कोई इन सब का गैंग है एक जो पूरा महीने पार्टी करके स्टोरी डाल रहा है।
किसने, हमने तो वैसे, हम तो पार्टी नहीं करते, स्टोरी ये गलत है, गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन है। एक बार कभी करियो न्यू ईयर्स पे,
लेकिन वो इतना इंटरेस्टिंग है ना कि अगर ये लोग जब भी पार्टी कर रहे होते हैं तो आप सिर्फ एक बंदे की स्टोरी देख लो, आपको सबको पता चल जाएगा। वही एक ने इसका डाला, एक ने उसका डाला, तो पूरी पार्टी आप एंजॉय कर लोगे स्टोरीज पर ही।
सलोनी से मुझे मिलना था। सलोनी को एक्चुअली मैंने मैसेज किया था जब मैंने उसका कंटेंट देखा था, बिकॉज मैं बौखला गई थी उसका कंटेंट देख के। मैंने ऐसा कुछ देखा ही नहीं था। और क्या होता है ना, लाइक आई फील लाइक फीमेल क्रिएटर्स व्हेन दे सी अदर फीमेल क्रिएटर्स, हम ना बहुत एक्साइट हो जाते हैं। और ये मैं आपको सारे फीमेल क्रिएटर्स का बता रही हूँ, वी गेट डैम एक्साइटेड। इनफैक्ट कितनी बार ऐसा होता है कि अगर आपका कभी कंटेंट आइडिया ओवरलैप कर जाए ना, तो हम आपस में बता देते हैं कि ऐसा हुआ है, एंड इट्स अ वेरी स्वीट एंड अ वेरी कंस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्कशन। सो
और इंटरनेट तुम्हें इतना डरा के रखता है ना कि तुम कभी भी ऐसे, तूने उसका वीडियो कैसे कॉपी किया, तो पहले ही मैं, जैसे ही मेरे को एक कमेंट आता है, मैं उस क्रिएटर को जाकर बोलता हूं, लिसन मैंने नहीं कॉपी करा है, पर अभी बहुत 1000 कमेंट्स आने वाले हैं कि मैंने तेरा वीडियो कॉपी करा है, बट मैंने नहीं करा है। एंड द क्रिएटर इज लाइक या कूल, लाइक व्हाई इज दिस अ बिग डील, बट या
नो। सो सलोनी आई थिंक बॉम्बे में शूट करी थी अपने शो के लिए, और उस टाइम मैं भी किसी शो के लिए शूट करी थी, और हमने फिर प्लान किया कि लेट्स मीट, बिकॉज वैसे भी पैंडेमिक चल रहा था। So I met Saloni and her brother Shubham, who actually I speak even more with. So that's how we actually met for the first time. But मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अगर पैंडेमिक नहीं होता तो शायद हम और मिल पाते, और हम सलोनी को भी पार्टी कराई देते और वो भाई फिर स्टोरीज में उसके साथ होता।
फिर मैं भी स्टोरी शेयर कर रही होती।
It happens so
Add to your story.
I think with Karan also the same thing must have happened. I think I must have messaged him, and all of us must have messaged him at some point liking his content, because
yeah
It was, I think it was you only. So Srishti had liked one of my videos, this Pooja, what is this behavior, and you were the first one to share any of my stuff, and I think that's where it sort of started for me. usse No, I literally remember like 3 days back, usse pehle I was thinking ki haan ye sab theek hai, but like, you know, I'm not like 22 or 23 right now. I'm at a certain age that I can't just like go around doing this if it's not going to work out. So I'm like going to give myself 6 months time, and if it does not work out, because initially this wasn't the part of my plan. I was just like trying to battle my anxiety of my studio closing down on the beginning of this COVID pandemic. and I was just like trying to deal with that, posting videos, random stuff, and like all the friends appreciating and this and that. But like I never thought that it'll go somewhere. But like after it had been like 2-3 months, and I was like कि भाई क्या हो रहा है, क्या कितने time करूँगा मैं और ये. But then this happened, so I took it like a positive sign कि भाई 3 दिन पहले I was just thinking about it, and like something good has happened today, so let's not think about the negatives of it, and maybe like go on for a while. So,
and I'm glad that happened because I remember मैंने इसके एक वीडियो देखा, 2 वीडियो देखा, and then कभी-कभी ऐसे रील्स पे आ जाता था, एक्सप्लोर पे आ जाता था, and I was like, मेरे को उसका नाम it just stuck in my head, Gorgeous Potato. I was like, oh guys, this person is really really funny, and that's when I messaged him, and then I started following him, and he's only gotten better since then. I love his content.
thank you.
But what are the challenges, guys? Is it one big party, or what are the challenges of creating in lockdown, for instance?
पार्टी वर्ड तो आप डिसोसिएट कर दो, इस रेटिंग की ये गलत रिप्रेजेंटेशन हो गई है. मैं प्लीज एडिट आउट. पार्टी तो है ही लड़ाई, व्यथा, निराशा, एंजाइटी, डिप्रेशन, ये सब वर्ड्स भी एसोसिएट होने चाहिए क्रिएटिंग. Because it's not one big party at all, especially if you live with somebody else. It's a nightmare for them because आप create होते हैं, कभी आप उनकी हेल्प मांगते हैं. I live with my husband, मैं उसकी हेल्प मांगती हूँ, और एक दिन उसने बोला मेरे को नहीं जाना गन्ने के खेत, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए तो क्रिएटर बने यार, तो I can't, and उनसे भी फिर आप एक्टिंग करवाते हो जबरदस्ती. वो he's like कि शूटिंग तक तो ठीक है, एक्टिंग क्यों करवा रही है? Like this is not okay. So it's I won't say that it's easy. I mean, but it's not easy. But at the same time, if it comes naturally to you, then it can be made easier for you. But a lot of technical glitches that can happen, a lot of logistical issues that you may feel. कुछ आप content बना नहीं सकते because आपके घर में वैसा माहौल नहीं बन सकता है. So you could face a lot of those kind of issues. I think ने आपके शो पे बोला था कि वो छत पे जाके अपना अपलोड करती थी.
तो अलग ही सीन था. मैंने ये कभी बताया भी नहीं है, बट अभी जैसे मैं एक सिंपल व्हाइट वॉल के आगे बैठी हूँ तो इट्स गुड. हमारा जो हमने मुंबई में रेंट किया है घर, वो बहुत सुंदर है. बट जो मेरा ओरिजिनल घर है जो बुलंदशहर में है, तो वो कंटेंट क्रिएशन के पर्पस से सुंदर नहीं है. मतलब अब अभी आप देखोगे कि पीछे किसी ने प्लांट लगाया हुआ है, ये लगाया, तो एस्थेटिकली भी वीडियो सुंदर दिखनी चाहिए, मैं मानती हूँ. मतलब हाँ ठीक है कि मतलब मैं हॉस्टल में से भी वीडियो बनाती थी तो पीछे वो सीलन वाली दीवार आती थी, बट एक पॉइंट पे आपको ये लगता है यार कि अब आपको, क्योंकि ब्रांड्स नहीं आएंगे उसके साथ. ब्रांड्स आपको कभी ये आके नहीं बोलेंगे कि हाँ बना दो सीलन वाली दीवार के आगे. उनका हमेशा ये रहता है कि आपकी वीडियो सुंदर भी दिखनी चाहिए, कंटेंट चाहे जैसा भी हो. तो वो नहीं हो पाता था. मैं इसीलिए जब मैंने स्नेहा को भी इंटरव्यू दिया था तो मैंने स्नेहा को पूरा नहीं दिखाया था अपना सेटअप. मैंने सिर्फ इतना कैमरा टर्न करके इतना दिखाया, क्योंकि मैं नहीं दिखा सकती पीछे क्या कबाड़ा हुआ है. तो
exactly. This is such a real, like this is so relatable. ये मैं कुशा से इतनी बार डिस्कस कर चुका हूँ यार. मेरा घर इंस्टाग्राम फ्रेंडली है ही नहीं. तुम कहीं पे देखो, कहीं पे वो कार्टन रखा हुआ है. अभी भी ये फ्रेम सेट करने के लिए मैंने सारा सामान यहाँ नीचे बिखरा पड़ा है, नीचे पॉलिथीन पड़े हैं. It's like तुम्हें जितना दिख रहा है उतना ही है, उसके अलावा like this is just मतलब this is true. And I think living with a content creator is a pain in the ass, really. Like I don't know how my parents put up with it, because my mom is also an actor. I shoot content with her. अब दोनों का एक सीन चाहिए इसमें, मैं हूँ फिर मम्मी है, कैमरा ऐसे करना है. अब now my dad is not a cinematographer, he's not a director, right? But he has to like learn, and he has to do this while zooming into the camera and understanding how Instagram works. And it's just like sometimes I feel कि कितना annoying होता होगा उनके लिए, मतलब ये सब करना.
इससे तो मुझे भी एक याद आया. मैं घर पर थी जब लॉकडाउन में ही, तो मुझे किसी फिल्म के लिए ऑडिशन का कॉल आया था, तो रिकॉर्ड कर भेजना था. थैंक गॉड इट वाजंट लाइव, वरना तब तो क्या ही हुआ था. तो मैंने अपनी मम्मी को बोला कि आप ऐसे शूट कर दो, क्योंकि शुभम तब घर पर नहीं थे, वो दिल्ली में ही थे. तो मैं नॉर्मल हूँ, सेम गर्मी है दोनों के लिए कि 43 डिग्री मेरे लिए भी वही है, मम्मी के लिए भी वही है, लेकिन मुझे पसीना नहीं आ रहा, मैं आराम से कर रही हूँ. मेरी मम्मी पसीने भीग गई है. वो उन्हें इतना डर लग रहा था शूट करते कि हाँ ठीक है इधर. मैंने कहा अरे यार इसीलिए मुझे ये था कि अब यहाँ से चलो यार, यहाँ नहीं हो पाएगा कंटेंट क्रिएशन.
लाइव चीजों के लिए तो मुझे दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रेस होता है. the moment I got your message, the first thing I did was to tell my भाभी कि please आप, my niece, I had her, कि भाई Samara, I'll give you 2 bingos, but please इस 1 घंटा कुछ नहीं बोलना है तुमने परसों. ठीक है, मतलब like अभी मतलब literally, and thankfully भगवान का शुक्र है उसका टेस्ट निकला है 3 से 4. मैंने इतने शुक्र मनाया, मैंने कहा तो प्रसाद चढ़ाने जाऊंगा, बिल्कुल अच्छा टाइमिंग क्लैश हो गई हमारी, बिकॉज अदरवाइज इट्स रियली डिफिकल्ट, यू नो। मतलब लोग मुझे बोलते हैं कि तुम्हारा स्लीप शेड्यूल इतना खराब क्यों है, तुम 3 बजे भी उठे होते हो, सुबह 6 बजे भी उठे होते हैं। So the thing is that when I started doing this, the only time I had to make videos was at night because everybody is sleeping. And तो धीरे धीरे करके मेरा स्केड्यूल भी वैसा ही हो गया अब, लेकिन वो इतना खराब हो चुका है कि ना मैं दिन में सो रहा हूँ ना मैं रात में सो रहा हूँ, and I don't know when I'm making content, but वो चल रहा है बस किसी तरह से.
Guys also know that I pick 3 p.m. because it's when my son sleeps. So
Wow. Okay. It all makes sense now.
but I want to know, how forgiving is your audience? For instance, you piled on the followers and all of that because of this a certain kind of content that you create, the Dilli wala vibe that they relate to. How forgiving are they, or do they get more demanding for you to create more of what they love you for when you look to explore like different avenues? Have you seen that happening?
It does. I mean, everybody's like, कि हाँ ये अच्छा था ना, इसमें और बनाओ. Like, for example, I made 2 Schitt's Creek videos. Now everybody's like, oh, we want more of it. Like, it's not happening. You know, it's not clicking. So when it clicks, it will come out. And some people are also like, oh, रोज डाला करो ना, आप कम से कम एक तो डालो ही, कभी-कभी 2 भी डाल दिया करो.
और फिर उसके बाद करण वो लोग भी आते होंगे जो बोलते होंगे कि अरे हर दिन क्यों डालने लग गए हो, अब तुम पकाने लग गए.
I personally know creators like that जो ऐसे मतलब, I don't want to say it, but I'm still gonna say it because petty boy from West Delhi जो बंडल के हिसाब से डालते हैं, एक दिन में 4 views डाल देंगे उठा के, तो मैं तो म्यूट ही मार देता हूँ क्योंकि मेरे से खुद नहीं बर्दाश्त होती. तो फिर I mean, if as a co-creator who understands the problem and struggles, I'm not able to bear with it, how will an audience who you know does not give 2 shits about it, why will they? Like, अगर उनको कोई content जैसे in a chain नहीं समझ में आ रहा है आपका, and then you pile on 8 videos back to back just like that, and कुछ भी हो रहा है, so they'll definitely unfollow. So I think थोड़ा सा balance बना के रखना is also necessary.
I think from what I've realized over the years, there was a phase where I thought that my audience is probably not happy with me and all. But now I've come to the conclusion that like my audience is pretty supportive of whatever I do, and I am someone who's tried various things. Like in the span of 2-3 years, I've shown them comedy also. I've done makeup content also, and they've, even if they're not into makeup, they've been extremely supportive. They've been very understanding. Even if I wanted to be off, जो बहुत rarely होता है, be off Instagram, they've been supportive. And mostly, if you've accumulated your audience over a period of years, they understand you and they stand by you. That is there, right? But what happens is when there are so many content creators, there's also algorithm that you need to feed. So I'm not insecure about the fact कि मेरे लोगों को मैं funny नहीं लगूंगा. I am more insecure about the fact that if I go away for a week, the algorithm will push me down the ladder, right? It's not the people, it's also the algorithm. So a lot of times you're making content only to feed the algorithm and not just the people. Because people know कि उनको मैं funny लगता हूँ, वो 1-2 दिन में नहीं बदलेगा, वो 1 महीने में भी नहीं बदलेगा. But I also feel that, you know, when there are so many creators, एक psychology, एक human psychology होती है कि आप, first of all, when someone's very new, like when I was at 10K, say, when I hadn't even hit 10K, people would tell me, oh, there are so many other creators who's so popular, but you are so funny. Why don't you have the followers? Because you want to root for anybody who's just starting out. But once you achieve that level, then some of your audience becomes that group ki, oh, you know, but nah, I don't think he's funny. You know, like he has the followers, but he's not funny. Because then they'll find a new person to root for. So I think this is human tendency that you'll always compare one person to the other, and you'll be like, oh, he has like 500K, but मुझे उससे ज़्यादा funny वो लगता है, but उसके तो 10K हैं, he deserves more. But जब वो बंदा 500K पे पहुंच जाएगा, तो तुम किसी और को ढूंढ लोगे. So I also feel that that's also very fleeting sometimes with a certain sect of your audience.
Yeah. Dolly?
I think they are forgiving to a certain extent. I think you have a mix of an audience. Some people are actually very forgiving in the sense that they really support whatever you're going through. A lot of times when I talk about mental health, they really come forward with, you know, like nice messages, or they would, in fact, very recently, a lot of people shared with me the numbers of, you know, their therapists or counselors or whoever they were talking to, or just sweet messages making me realize that, you know, I'm not the only person. Then obviously there is a group of people who will try to find who is either over you or like just trying to find something wrong. So there will be these groups of people. Even yesterday, Ankush had just helped me just correcting, you know, a certain word that I misused and shouldn't have used. and I didn't know about it, but I was very thankful that of all the 5-6 people who made me understand that I should delete that from my caption, were like nice about it. You know, they didn't really attack me right up front. They were like, listen, this is not how you use, like, please don't use these words. Can you please delete it from your caption? And I really like that, because generally it doesn't happen on the internet. People are sometimes just looking to attack each other or insult each other. To realize yesterday that I have a certain kind of audience which can give me a little benefit of the doubt that maybe she didn't know about this, maybe it's not an intentional thing she's done. So I found that very nice, and I thought that, okay, I probably over the years have collected at least some audience which is, you know, like rational enough to think like that,
Yeah.
and not like go with the whole trend of just like, oh, how dare you use this word.
Yeah, because some people
so
na
I
will
really-
screenshot it. Even after you remove it, na, they'll screenshot it and they'll
To
keep
use
posting
later.
it even though you've deleted that. So you've acknowledged that this is problematic and you've acknowledged कि ये नहीं करना चाहिए था. And I've learned. But वो एक
Yeah.
उन्होंने screenshot ले लिया है, वो उसके पीछे पड़ जाएंगे. So yeah, I think it's very like what Dolly is saying. It's very fortunate if you have the audience that kind of like understands, like they're rational enough to know कि हाँ ठीक है बता दिया, उसने हटा दिया. Simple.
Yeah, but the pressure I think is definitely there. Like Raju ki mummy, people have been loving for years, so they keep asking me for it. Or is Zeenat? And as a creator, sometimes you don't want to keep doing the same thing because you don't want to get into a rut of like doing exactly the same thing over and over again. Because then the same people will come and say, "Oh, ab to ye funny nahi lag raha." So you know, it's like Karan said, it's like you have to build a balance there of what you want to do. At the end of the day, what is coming out of you very like on its own, you know, it shouldn't be by some external factor. So while I appreciate people's requests, and a lot of times we actually do them, there's also times where I'm like, okay, you know what, maybe you want it, I don't want it, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try something new. Like when Kusha decided that, you know, probably I don't want to do too many character things, I want to just try and expand my horizon. I remember us discussing that, you know, maybe a lot of people are not taking it so well because they are used to watching you in a character in an exaggerated way. And this like very low-key characters are not working for them. So that I think that fear, that pressure is definitely there, but you have to play along and you have to kind of figure out your own thing, because at the end of the day, this work you're doing is also, it has to feed you first, then feed the audience. And if you stop like working for yourself and just want to work for the audience and, you know, keep noting what they want, what they are asking for, I think it just becomes too difficult after a point. So you have to realize कि मतलब एक balance होना चाहिए कि 75% अपने लिए करो, 25% चलो ठीक है लोग बोल रहे हैं तो कर लेते हैं, you know, they're asking too much for this thing, so let's just do it.
Chalo, Kusha, can we see Billy Masi?
I want to tell you that I'm also hitting auntie age, no? Like I'm 30 now. So क्या होता है ना कि अब लोग ऐसे कमेंट करते हैं कि अब आपको आंटी कैरेक्टर करने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप आंटी लग रहे हो. So just be yourself. एक तो मैंने उसकी वजह से आंटी कैरेक्टर्स करने. एक बार ना मैं बाहर गई और वहां पे ना 50-60 साल के अंकल्स ने मुझे बिल्ली आंटी बोला ना. से अंकल मैं आपसे 30 साल छोटी हूँ और मेरे को बिल्ली आंटी क्यों बोल रहे हो? Not okay. So I had actually very personal reasons to not stop doing characters. I love my audience. My audience is the best. Please follow me. Please, Film Companion.
What?
Reach 2 million. And
कहाँ जा रही है?
अपने फूफड़ जी सबको मुझे फॉलो करने को बोलो. मैं और कंटेंट बना रही हूँ, मैं कुछ भी बनाती हूँ, मैं रील्स बना रही हूँ, मैं डांस कर रही हूँ, मैं डॉली को लेके डांस कर लेती हूँ, मैं किसी को भी लेके, मैं अपने पापा पे रील बना लेती हूँ. आज के डेट में मैं हर चीज, इनएनिमेट ऑब्जेक्ट, लिविंग ऑब्जेक्ट, हर चीज को यूज करके बना रही हूँ. जस्ट फॉर
कुशा मोमबत्ती बन चुकी है वीडियो के लिए. So that's like
Yeah.
I become a candle for a video. I'm a shapeshifter, I'm a Nagin. And the reason I feel like I shared Karan's video because I feel he's also a Nagin from West.
Totally.
You've to made Maya also act, so I mean.
मुझे माया के लिए collaboration request आया था Valentine's Day के लिए. वहाँ पे
Oh.
पे Dolly.
This is an attack. मुझे नहीं आया अभी तक कोई Valentine's Day collaborations.
And they wanted some male dog to send Maya a Valentine's gift, and Maya would have responded to it, and
I'll do it.
I would.
A male dog.
I was very disturbed by it.
Oh my god, this is next level. Anyway, finally, if I have to let all of you guys go, and I'm going to use the same sign off that I did in the previous chat, I'm so Delhi because.
बचपन के trauma.
I'm so Delhi because मैं जमुना पार कभी गया ही नहीं.
I'm so Delhi because दिल्ली की हवा मुझे शुद्ध लगती है.
I'm so Delhi because मुझे दिल्ली बहुत सही लगती है यार. मतलब अभी मैं आंसर को लंबा कर दूं तो मुझे मुंबई आके पता चला है कि हाउ मच आई मिस दिल्ली, और मुझे तो पसंद है चाहे हवा कितनी भी खराब हो.
यार मैं एक इंसिडेंट बता सकती हूँ दिल्ली के बारे में जो सिर्फ दिल्ली में हो सकता है. ठीक है, तो आई एम सो दिल्ली बिकॉज मेरे साथ ये इंसिडेंट हुआ है. ओके, मैं एक पार्टी करने गई थी कहीं पे बिकॉज
पार्टी.
क्योंकि जब थोड़ा सा ऐसे लोग पहचानने लगे थे तो हमको ना उन रेस्टोरेंट्स में एंट्री मिलने लगी थी जहाँ पे लाइन लगी होती थी, तो हम ऐसे सिर्फ शक्ल दिखा के एंट्री मिल जाती थी एंड वी सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक दैट. तो हम बाहर आ रहे थे और एकदम से दिस in Delhi what happens is people get very drunk in restaurants and then they forget all मतलब etiquette, all sort of social manners. So this girl came like, hi, I'm from Agra and you know I love you sweetie, she's the one, Billy auntie, come, and the husband was from Agra and he was smoking and he just came and he went like, what, who? And I was like, she's Billy, come, do it now. And I was just standing there and I don't drink, so I wasn't drunk, so I couldn't enjoy whatever they were enjoying. He's like, show it to me. Show. What do you do? Show it to me. No, just show. And I just stood there like that. Show now whatever she's saying, Billy. Do it for me. And they just kept saying this to me, the couple and their friends. So this kind of stuff only happens in Delhi. Like where like people will have no, like this would not happen in Bombay, I feel, because it's never happened with me. But this kind of stuff and this kind of absolute entitlement behavior will happen in Delhi. But I love Delhi. Love this entitlement.
It's a vibe, guys. It's absolutely a vibe. On that note, thank you so much for chatting with me. Really, I'm not from Delhi, but I have grown to love everything that you guys do. You have made lockdown and post lockdown so much more bearable. So thank you so much for really coming together. I think I put this chat together in 1 day's time. I texted Kusha, and the next thing I knew, I had all of you guys just agreeing to do it at such short notice. So thank you so much for making this happen. And thanks.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
so much.
Hello everyone, I'm Billy from Manjur Bagh. Yes, flawless. That's me. You're looking at. और अगर आप इस flawlessness को देखना चाहते हैं तो just subscribe to Film Companion. मुझे बुलाते रहेंगे वो, आप मुझे देखते रहेंगे और मेरे Instagram को भी follow करो. अभी.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, प्लीज इनके चैनल को भी सब्सक्राइब करो. मेरे इंस्टाग्राम पे भी आना, वहां पे आप मेरे को फॉलो करोगे, स्क्रीनशॉट भेजना, फिर मैं आपको मैनिक्योर पे ना 10% डिस्काउंट दे दूंगी. फ्रेंच करा दूंगी, जल्दी करो.
ऐसा रूल बुक में नहीं लिखा है कि इनके चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना है, आप मेरे चैनल को भी कर सकते हो. संचालक से बहस मत कीजिए प्लीज, मैं तो करूंगा, ये मेरी स्ट्रेटेजी है.
इनको मैं लोकल डब्बे वाले प्रोडक्ट से करूंगी इनका मैनिक्योर.
वैसे तो देखिए स्नेहा मुझे बुलाती नहीं है कभी भी इंटरव्यू के लिए, लेकिन चलिए ठीक है, सलोनी को तो एटलीस्ट बुलाती है. तो फिल्म कंपेनियन को सब्सक्राइब कर लेना और सलोनी को भी उसके इंस्टाग्राम पर जाके फॉलो कर लेना.